This is going to be a good one. PHPD is a cesspool of liars and drunks. You guys are not going to believe what happened here. And it's all documented, all of it. Court files, police reports, probable cause affidavits. So you're going to want to stick around for this one. Just give everybody a chance to get in here. Need a haircut and a shave. How's everybody doing today? Hang on, I'm trying to get comments. Is the sound good? Hey, Gretchen. Oh, Brandon, she's probably going to be done after this. This is big. Thanks, Rena. I'm trying, Scotty. If you can't watch it, you can go back and watch it from the beginning. So I'm going to jump right into this now. We got enough going on here. So you guys are all aware of who Chelsea Kane is. Chelsea Kane works for the Port Huron Police Department as a patrol officer. She is the Port Huron police officer that is at the center of the Josh Conant murder investigation. She was the officer that responded to the scene. She is the officer that you see. Hi, Tracy. She is the officer that you see jump on Josh, and she's totally involved in that. So Chelsea Kane's a fucking liar, and she is shady as they come, and she should be stripped of her badge and her gun, and she should never be allowed to be a police officer again. So back in November, on November 10th, 2023, so just this past November, hey, Melanie, Chelsea Kane was driving. She was off duty. She was driving. She was in her personal vehicle. I'm not sure exactly what time this happened at. I'm still waiting on some court documents to come my way. And I'm also waiting on the police report tied to this situation. Hey, Christina. So back in November 10th, 2023, Chelsea Kane was driving. I don't know where she was going. I don't know what she was doing. Chelsea's story is that she made a U-turn wherever she was. I don't have the location yet. I'm hunting it down. But Chelsea Kane claims that she was driving somewhere. She attempted to do a U-turn and her car went into the ditch. Thanks, Mark. After going into the ditch, Chelsea could not get her car out of the ditch and she had somebody come pick her up. I don't know who picked her up, but she had somebody come pick her up and she left her car sitting in the ditch. At some point, an on-duty police officer, and I don't know if this officer was MSP. I'm assuming it's MSP because that is the department that is listed on the criminal complaint that has to do with Chelsea's mom. So an on-duty police officer comes across an abandoned car. The police officer then runs the plate on that car and it comes back registered to Chelsea Kane. The police then somehow, it would be fleeing and eluding the scene of an accident, possibly, or leaving the scene of an accident. So the police officer comes upon the abandoned car, runs the plate, comes back to Chelsea. The officer then, I don't know if the officer went to Chelsea's house or Chelsea's mom's house. Maybe Chelsea lives with her mom. I don't know what it is. But at some point, this officer comes into contact with Chelsea Kane's mom. Chelsea Kane's mom's name is Jody Kane, Joddykoehn. Jody Kane tells the police officer that she was driving the vehicle that he found abandoned. So Chelsea's mom tells the cop that she was driving Chelsea's car and she put it in the ditch. The officer then does a further investigation. The officer determines that Chelsea's mom is lying, that Chelsea's mom lied about driving the car. MSP then charges Chelsea's mom with lying to a peace officer in a serious misdemeanor investigation. And this is all, I posted the court docket. I have it right here. You can see from 72nd District Court. Chelsea's mom was she pled guilty to lying, and she was sentenced yesterday in Judge Monahan's courtroom to community service. Now, I have been able to read the probable cause affidavit. This is where it gets really interesting. Now, it's already interesting, but this is where it becomes even more interesting. In the probable cause affidavit, Chelsea Kane admits to consuming alcohol. She says in the probable cause affidavit, she tells the police, I was drinking, I had a couple beers that night. So it sounds like Chelsea Kane was driving drunk, put her car in the ditch, and then abandoned the car. And then when the police got involved, her mom lied and said she was driving the car so she could cover for her daughter drinking and driving. So we now have another PHPD officer and another local police officer who is drinking and driving. Make it make sense, folks. And Chelsea Kane's still on duty. And I understand they can't charge her with the drunk driving because they have no PVT results. There was no blood test result. They can't confirm she was drinking. But the fact that she abandoned her vehicle and admits to consuming alcohol, why is she still on duty? Chelsea Kane should be suspended. She should be fired. Platzer, we'll do it like this. We're going to do it like this because Detective Tom Rumley just got a drunk driving. And a lot of people don't know this. Detective Tom Rumley was not pulled over off duty. Detective Tom Rumley reported to duty under the influence, and they knew he was drunk. That's how he got the drunk driving, because they knew he had driven to work. And this is why I didn't know about it when it happened. It took a few days for the press statement to come out. But in the statement, give me 1 second. I'm trying to rush through this for those of you that are on your lunch break. So give me 1 second, because it's a very interesting statement that Kerrigan made and Platzer made with the Tom Rumley situation. Just give me 1 second. Here it is. I'll show you guys. This is the press release about Detective Tom Rumley's recent drunk driving. And this is Chief Platzer's statement. The Port Huron Police Department holds its officers to a high standard on and off duty. When these actions fall short of meeting their expectations, we will continue to hold ourselves accountable, Chief Platzer stated. He advised, as a result, the officer had been placed on administrative leave while a thorough internal investigation is completed. So when Tom Rumley just got his drunk driving a week ago or 10 days ago, whatever it was, Kerrigan and Platzer said, we hold our officers to a high standard, whether they're on duty or they're off duty. So whether they're in uniform or out of uniform, we hold them to this high standard. Well, then why is Chelsea Kane not being held to this standard? Chelsea Kane admitted to the police that she had been consuming alcohol. She admitted that she put her car in a ditch. She admitted to leaving and abandoning her car. Chelsea's mom then lied and said that she was driving the car. So where's that standard at? Where's that high standard that Platzer and Kerrigan talk about they hold their officers to on and off duty? Because it seems that Chelsea Kane's getting away. She's getting away with murder for now. And now it seems like she got away with the drunk driving. and leaving the scene of an accident and failing to report an accident. And then and then conspiring with her mother to lie about who was driving. And her mom got caught lying and got charged criminally for lying and pled guilty to lying and got sentenced for lying to cover for her daughter. There's a fucking problem here. This whole county is rotten. PHPD is rotten. And we haven't heard nothing about this. There has been nothing about, there's going to be now. I called Chief Platzer about an hour ago and I left him a voicemail and I said, Jody Kane, Chelsea Kane, I know all about it. Watch my video. Have a good day. They better get rid of Chelsea Kane now. But see, they won't because they can't fire her because that would look bad for the investigation into Josh Conant and it would hurt the civil case that the family is going to be filing. This is crazy, you guys. You have to understand how significant this is and how bad this is. You have a police officer currently involved under investigation for the death of a resident who then went out and put her car in a ditch. Chelsea Kane it wasn't a U-turn. Chelsea Kane was too drunk to drive and put her car in a ditch and abandoned her car and then had her mom lie for her and got caught. And remember, this happened last November. So December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months. Why didn't they do nothing? Why is Chelsea Kane still on duty? She is unfit to be a police officer. Joe Platzer is unfit to be a police officer. Brian Kerrigan is unfit to be a police officer. The whole upper command staff at PHPD are unfit to be police officers. This is not normal. This is not normal at all. She should be fired. She should be charged. And hopefully they charge her now. But we know Mike Wendling in the prosecutor's office, they protect their own. And they look out for everybody. And if you're in the bubble, you get away with stuff. Like this is wild. I mean, this is so crazy to me. I'm just reading through some comments. Give me a minute. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't even, yeah, this, I mean, people can keep dogging on me. They can keep getting upset with me and do what they want, but I ain't lying. The stuff I say is absolutely true. And I've been telling everybody what a problem it is in this community and what a problem our local police are. Some of our local police, not all, because we have a lot of good officers in this county. We have a lot of good deputies in this county. I want to be clear on that. We have some very, very good cops that have a very, very tough job and they excel at their work. And I have nothing but respect for them. There's some really good ones out there, but we have some really bad ones. Some really, really bad ones. Okay, I'm not a cop hater. I am not against the police. I am not any of that. I have a problem with people in positions that are bad apples. That's my problem. Whether it be a judge, a police officer, a doctor, a garbage man, a gardener, a freaking store clerk, whatever it is. If you're a bad apple and you are just unfit for your job, you got to go. And I have a problem with you. It just so happens we have a lot of bad cops. Okay, I'm not against the police, not one bit. I have a lot of friends that are police officers and it's a tough job at times in some places. I totally understand that. Okay, but locally, the whole barrel is rotten and it all needs to be thrown away. Let me see, hang on. Yeah, Mark, I'm going to look into that. You messaged me about that. It would be interesting if Rumley was driving his personal car or he was driving a city car. It's a very interesting thing I'm going to look into. But there's gonna be more with that situation coming out too. But this thing with Chelsea Kane, so MSP is handling the Josh Conant investigation. MSP is also handling this situation with Chelsea Kane abandoning her car. This delay in charging, there might be something much bigger going on behind the scenes here as far as what MSP is looking at and what the AG is looking at. I would imagine that the feds could possibly be involved and they could be looking at Port Huron Police Department as a whole and at the city as a whole, because there's some other things about Chelsea Kane. This one's going to blow your mind, and I'm going to do a story about this later once I have more information. But the scuttlebutt right now is that, and I want everyone to listen very closely to what I'm about to say. This is very, very, very important. I want you to really listen, and I'll slow it down a little bit. So the scuttlebutt right now, as I understand it, and as the information I am being told, I have some sources at PHPD that have been feeding me some information. I have some officers there and some administrators there and some different people. I am being told by members of Port Huron Police Department that Chelsea Kane's body cam was not working correctly on the night that Josh Conant was murdered. That's what I'm being told. I'm being told that somehow there is an issue with her body cam footage from that night and from the situation with Josh. I am also being told that there was an issue with the dash cam footage from the ambulance that responded that night. That the higher ups at TriStar, Ken Cummings, who's running for county commissioner, that they altered the dash cam footage from the EMS that night. And Chelsea Kane's body cam wasn't working. So it sounds to me that the Port Huron Police Department and TriStar EMS higher-ups, Ken Cummings, and the city have tampered with evidence in the Josh Conant murder. And it's all going to come out. You know, there's the criminal investigation, there's the civil suit. This is going to come out. But I'm being told that this evidence was being manipulated. And now we have Chelsea Kane, the officer at the center of all of this, now admitted to drinking, admitted to putting her car in a ditch, admitted to abandoning that car, and then her mom lied for her. It's bad here. It's so bad here. And they can keep acting like it's not, and they can keep acting like I'm just making stuff up and I'm embellishing and exaggerating. Everything I say is backed up by official police documents and official court documents and all kinds of other official stuff. It's crazy. Hang on. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Thankfully that there was the woman from the community that has the video of what happened to Josh. You know, thank God that video exists, because if that video didn't exist, this would be going way differently. So it would be really great to have Chelsea's body cam, but at least that other video exists and we can see pretty clearly what was going on. But the fact that Chelsea, they are claiming, how convenient is it that the responding officer's body cam isn't working? I would like to see how many other times Port Huron police officers' body cams haven't worked. Hey, what's up, Greg? But this is just, I don't even know what to say about this. I have forwarded this information about Chelsea Kane to certain people, and so we're going to see what happens. The issue is that because Chelsea, she wasn't charged. They can't prove she was drunk driving, but she did admit to consuming alcohol prior to putting her car in the ditch. I mean, what kind of police officer puts their car in a ditch, leaves, and then doesn't report it? Not an honest one, not an ethical one. Not one that I want representing my city. It's not one that I want protecting me or serving me. This is bad, folks. This is really, really, really bad. And it needs to stop. And people need to be held accountable. And people need to be charged. And people need to go to jail. I mean, shit, I'm going to jail for posting pictures of my own daughter. And for jostling. and for talking too loud at a city council meeting. So if I'm going to jail for all that nonsense, then why aren't these people going to jail for these major crimes they're committing? The people that are supposed to protect and serve are the ones out there committing all the crimes. We need to be protected from them. We don't need them protecting us. We need to be protected from them. And this all starts with Joe Platzer and Brian Kerrigan and the rest of the upper command staff at PHPD. It's rotten. It is rotten. And this is for all you Port Huron police officers, for you good ones. It's time to stand up. It is time to speak out. It is time for you to clean up your fucking department. And it's going to have to start with you guys. We can't do it. You guys have to do it. One of you good cops in PHPD needs to stand up. 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, 10 of you. If you are a good police officer at PHPD, now is the time for you to prove it. Show the community that we can trust your department. Show the community that we can have faith in your department. Because right now, there's none. Your department gets no respect. None. Nobody in this community likes you. And you guys can all tell yourselves you're great. Like, if you watched the city council meeting last night, they're like, oh, Sheriff Matt King talked at the Port Huron City Council meeting last night. And Freed and Sherry Archibald were like, oh, you guys are doing a wonderful job, Matt, and you're so great. What are you guys talking about? Matt King's the dirtiest cop in the county. His whole little group are a bunch of just dirty cops. Oh, you guys are doing really great. We're really proud of you. They had Platzer at the podium last night. Fire the man. I'm telling you right now, we have an opportunity this year to put a bunch of new people on the city council in Port Huron. The city of Port Huron needs to elect these people. Holden Gothier, Brian Farquhar. Elect them. Put them on that city council. And then we can get rid of Freed. And then we can get rid of Platzer and Kerrigan and Gary Fletcher's firm. And we can take the city back. And we can start protecting the residents. And we can have a good community. Because we deserve to have a good, safe community that everybody is prospering in. Everybody wants to live in. People want to come here. They want to enjoy their time here. And we have that opportunity right now to make that happen. Vote for Warren Head. Vote for Robert Fitz, whatever his name is, that's running against Bohm. We have to get rid of the current public officials that we have. They got to go. They have to go. If they don't, we're going to continue having 26-year-old guys killed in the streets and 19-year-old boys gunned down in the streets and 3-year-old boys murdered by their parents and police officers drinking and driving all over the community. We know what we're getting with the current people in place because we see it. We see it every day. It plays out every day on my page and in the newspaper and on the news and on Facebook and on social media. We know what we're getting with who we have. It's time to put some new people in place. That's what it is. It is time. And we have a bunch of new people running, and let's give them a shot. And if they don't work out, we'll deal with them in 2 years, in 4 years. But we cannot keep doing what we're doing. This cannot continue. It just can't. This community is suffering because of the people we have in place right now. And they are taking full advantage of it. And they are manipulating the entire process of everything. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. You all are tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. Port Huron should be like Traverse City. It should be a destination on the east side of the state. We have the lake, the river, the bridge, the border. We have a nice little town. We have a lot of good businesses. Port Huron should be thriving. St. Clair County should be thriving, and it's not. Freed and Bohm and Rep and all these idiots will tell you that it's thriving. No, it's not. Everything's closing. People are suffering. People are dying. And it's all happening at the hands of our public officials. We got the Wrigley Center shut down. $14 million, and the place isn't even operating. It's not even operational. Make it make sense. Getting mad at me, that's foolish. You don't have to like me. Like, there was a guy last night, and I respect this man. I don't know him, but I have no beef with him whatsoever. But he got up last night. He's been speaking every 2 weeks. He's a very good friend of Josh Conant's family. he seems like a really cool dude, a really nice guy, but he got up last night at the city council meeting and was like, I couldn't understand why Kevin Linke's picking on you guys. And, you know, he's not doing things the right way. Well, tell me how to do it. Because going in there and asking nicely doesn't work. Begging doesn't work. Trying to work with them doesn't work. Being civil with them doesn't work. Because we've watched people do all that. We've watched people beg, ask, try to have a conversation. They just blow you off. The only one that gets a reaction or gets a response is me. So if I'm doing it the wrong way and that's how you feel, that I'm not going to argue with that. That's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I respect it. But tell me a better way. If you got a better way, I'll do it. I'm a very capable person. I'm a very intelligent person. So if you have a better way, tell me. Because I tried all the other ways. I tried going in on my knees and begging them to help and to change some things. And I asked very nicely and I tried to work with them. They just bowl you over. They don't care. We didn't start getting responses and seeing things happen until I started getting loud. And I started swearing and I started getting in their face and I started showing up to their meetings and the court hearings and all the different events they put on. Then we started getting a response and then we started seeing action and then we started seeing things happen. So if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But give me a better way and I'll do it. If you have an easier way for me to do what I do, please tell me how to do it. And I will do it. I am open to suggestions. I am more than amendable to changing my course of action and the way I do things. But you have to give me something that's going to work because what's going on now doesn't work. Josh's family had been in there for 6 months begging the city. They don't do shit. They just lie to him. They flat out lie to them. Watch the city council meeting from last night and watch the way Freed talks to Josh's family when he responds to them. He's an arrogant little prick, and he's lucky I wasn't in that meeting last night because I would have ripped him out of his seat and I would have beat his ass with the way he was talking to Josh's family and the attitude he had with them and the arrogance he had with them and what he said to them in response to their comments. He's very lucky I wasn't there. Give me 1 second. Hello.
Hey, it's Jonathan.
Hey, what's up?
I just texted you a photo of the document in court. I just wanted to say real quick, appreciate that. If you can avoid mentioning that you got it from.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no problems with that at all. Yeah, no, I totally appreciate that. Yeah, you got no worries about that. Right. Right. All right, cool. I appreciate it. All right, thanks. Bye. Man, so there's another crazy case going on right now. Holy hell. This is nuts, man. Ugh, it's never ending. So that was some information. There's a trial going on right now. A crazy trial going on in Port Huron right now. And holy cow. That's so crazy. Give me 1 second, sorry. Fred, you can go onto the City of Port Huron's YouTube channel. You'll see the meeting from last night. And what I want you to do, if you go watch the meeting from last night, go watch public comment. You will see that Josh's mom spoke, Josh's uncle spoke, and the family friend spoke. Watch all three of their comments, their time. Then watch, right after public comment closes, James Freed responds to comments, and that's where you're going to be pissed. Wait till you see the way he talks to the family and just the arrogance and the tone he used. You're going to be mad. And then go to the end of the meeting and listen to the interaction at the end of the meeting. So just go to the City of Port Huron's YouTube page and watch it. Give me 1 second. Chelsea's car incident was after Josh passed. It was just, Josh's happened 6 months ago. The stuff with Chelsea just happened in November. Give me 1 second. Okay, so actually here, okay, so this is interesting. I'm glad you asked that, Lana. So Josh Conant was murdered on November 4th. This situation with Chelsea happened 7 days later on November 11th. So a week after she helped murder Josh Conant, Chelsea Kane went and put her car in the ditch. So this is while she was on administrative leave, this happened. That's crazy. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to read some of these comments. Sierra, oh yeah, they got the autopsy back. It's been released. It's out there. It's a week. An internal review by the Port Huron Police Department found no fault in the actions of the officers who responded to the death of Joshua Conant on November 4th. The incident with her abandoning her car happened on November 10th. So we're talking 6 days, 1 week. So while Chelsea Kane was on administrative leave for murdering Josh Conant, she then drove drunk, put her car in a ditch, abandoned it, and her mom lied about it. I guarantee this is why this investigation is taking the time it is, because they're looking at a lot bigger things here. PHPD is probably losing their minds right now. I know one of you is watching this video. There's at least one of you in that department, whether it's Kerrigan, Platts, or whoever it is you're watching this, and I guarantee they are losing their minds right now over this. Yep. Keep hiding shit. And I'm going to keep finding it. Because you got to understand, I have such a network of people that are feeding me information. Keep hiding shit. Because I'll tell you what, the cover-up is always worse than the crime. Except with Josh's situation. That's as bad as it can be. That's literally this fucking young man lost his life because of a bunch of assholes and a bunch of scumbags from the Roach and from PHPD murdered him. But they keep hiding stuff. This is huge, you guys. I guarantee there is something much bigger going on with this investigation. For the officer involved, after doing what she did, to a week later getting drunk, putting her car in a ditch and taking off and then lying about it, holy hell. But yeah, there's a trial. The Schoenrock trial is going on right now in Port Huron. And the testimony is crazy. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. What that dude did is nuts. So MSP were the ones that were handling the stuff with that. I'm going to post some things as I get them. I have some FOIAs out. I'm waiting to get them. Yeah, that's the trial. That's what the phone call was about, was the Schoenrock case. I had a couple questions about it and whatnot. So about some things, because I was just locked up with that guy when I just did the 30 days. Aaron Schoenrock was, I think it's Aaron. I think that was his name. He was in my unit. He was a nutcase. He was causing all kinds of problems in there when I was in there. And I knew his trial was going on today, and I had some questions about some of the testimony and some of the stuff that was going on. And so that was just the callback on that. A lot of situations, man. All kinds of situations. Like, it's just, this shit's crazy. Absolutely, Samuel. They're going to have some weird explanation about why her body cam was malfunctioning or wasn't working, but we all know. I think they manipulated evidence. I think they tampered with evidence. It's all going to come out. This is all going to come out. But this just this is unbelievable. Give me 1 second. I got to just send something out real quick. But yeah, getting mad at me, that's stupid. I'm just saying. There is absolutely no reason to be upset with me. I mean, you can be mad at me, but you know, that's not going to do any good. Here, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull up the live so I can watch what you guys are watching. I want to just oops. I just want to be able to read comments. Here we go. Paula, when you say that Steve isn't answering your FOIA request at PHPD, I don't think Steve's the one that oversees it. It was Denise was doing it, but then Kerrigan took over that. So Rebecca, no, Kane is on duty. She was on, I think, a week or 10 days or something like that, 2 weeks maybe. She was on administrative leave, but they put her right back on duty. And then this shit happened. So I don't know. She should not be on duty. I would imagine we're going to see a reaction. She's probably not going to be on duty after this. Now that this is out there, yeah, I would be surprised if there's not some action taken from this. Give me 1 second, you guys. I just want to mute some things because I want to try to get in here a little bit better. Oh, I can't do it that way. All right, I can't do it like that. I'm watching myself on the live right now. I'm trying to. Oh, exactly, Bree. They must. So it's just who knows what they're. I don't get it. You know, Oh, okay, Paula. I know what you're saying. I misread what you said. I thought you said you had FOIAs in with PHPD and Steve was doing it. I mean, yeah, some of you have police officers that work for this county, and they are damn good cops. They are damn good cops. Trust me, I follow along. You know, so I want to be very clear. I'm not some cop hater. I respect the good police officers. You know, I respect anybody that's good at their job and tries hard and is honest and isn't a scumbag. So, you know, I just want to be very clear on that. Michelle, were they good? The pizza rolls? Mine were good. I ate almost the whole bag last night. I should have made the whole bag. I was super hungry. But someone said I got the heartburn today from it. I didn't drink enough milk. Rebecca, she was driving somewhere. Here, hang on. I'll read it to you guys. It says, on 11/10/23, Trooper Nefera was dispatched to a vehicle in the ditch at the venue Wadhams and Smiths Creek, Kimball Township. 2 callers reported the incident to dispatch, stating no one was observed on scene. On Trooper Nasafor, and I can't pronounce his name. The vehicle had been pulled out of the ditch and was unoccupied, with several people standing outside. Minor damage was observed on the passenger side of the vehicle. The trooper made contact with a Jody Kane, Chelsea's mom, who advised she'd been driving the vehicle and swerved to avoid a deer, causing her to go in the ditch. A subject on scene advised the trooper he was a friend of the driver. The reported driver's husband, Richard Kane, Chelsea's dad, identified this person as off-duty officer Sergeant Scheffler, Marysville PD. So now Marysville PD is involved in this. The trooper did not believe the driver and not her daughter. A traffic crash report was completed and Jody was cited for VBSL, later dismissed. A subsequent investigation into the incident was conducted by Detective Sergeant Elise Veet, MSP 3rd District Special Investigations section. During her investigation, she interviewed the registered owner, Chelsea Kane. Chelsea admitted to driving the vehicle on the night of the incident. She stated she was in the process of completing a U-turn on Wadhams Road to go north. In the process, she slid off the roadway and into the ditch. She admitted to drinking alcohol, couple of beers. Chelsea was picked up by an unnamed driver and driven home. She then called her parents to help remove the vehicle from the ditch. Chelsea was unaware her mother was going to say she was driving the vehicle during Detective Sergeant Veet's inspection of the vehicle. She observed a small scratch down the rear passenger fender. Chelsea confirmed the scratch was caused when she went into the ditch. Detective Sergeant Veet was advised additional damage to the B pillar, which is a part of the car, occurred on another date when she accidentally struck her mailbox. So Chelsea's claiming the damage to her car was caused some other time, not when she put it in the ditch. She's a liar. Detective Sergeant Veet re-interviewed Jody Kane. She advised she received a call from her husband to meet at Chelsea's house that evening. She drove with him to the scene while the vehicle was removed from the ditch. Upon being questioned by the trooper, Jody admitted to lying to him that she was the driver. Her doing this was not planned or discussed with anyone else. So Chelsea Kane lied to MSP about driving that car, about not driving that car. She lied. Chelsea Kane's done. She is done. She is done. Eat your fucking service weapon. You're done. Get off the force. Joe Platcher, you need to fire her. Kerrigan, you all need to be fired. See, there's so much more going. This is why there's been no charges in Josh's situation yet, because there's something bigger, much bigger going on. Chelsea Kane, and I understand she wasn't under oath when she made these statements, so they can't impeach her credibility as far as that. But they got problems with her testifying now. They are going to bury her with this. Absolutely bury her. And you kept it hidden, but you can't keep it hidden for too long because everything comes to light sooner or later. This is Alexis, no, she did fail to do the CPR. Yes, Alexis, you're right. But she is the officer on the video the night Josh was murdered who was on top of him, telling him to stop resisting. She is the one that put the cuffs on him. Rachel, you are absolutely correct. Chelsea, they're fucked. They are fucked. This is fucking major. This is so huge. It says right here, she's, oh my God, this is fucking wild. Yeah, Alexis, yeah. So the cop that was the one that was on top of Josh, then lied to MSP about putting her car in the ditch while drunk. Chelsea fled that scene because she was fucking drunk. Why else will you leave? And now you've involved a Marysville police officer? What's going on with Marysville PD? What is going on? No, the passenger wasn't a Marysville cop. So it says here, it says a subject on the scene advised the trooper he was a friend of the driver. The reported driver's husband, Richard Kane, identified this person as off-duty officer Sergeant Scheffler, Marysville PD. So Chelsea and her dad somehow involved Marysville PD, and that Marysville PD off-duty officer responded to this scene and was helping them get the car out of the ditch. What the hell? What is going on? Why would a Marysville police officer, a sergeant, get involved in this in any capacity? They called for a favor. Hey, come help us. And you went? What is happening? What is happening here? It's all rotten, folks. It's a cesspool. Hang on, I'm just trying to read through comments. This happened a week after she was on administrative leave for her involvement in Josh. And then she gets drunk, puts her car in a ditch, and then lies about it. And then they pull in a sergeant from Marysville PD to help them cover this up. It says the Marysville sergeant is a friend of the family. I mean, it's all right there. I got it. It's right there. All of it. Womp, womp, womp. What is happening here? Heads need to roll. Why would a Marysville police sergeant involve himself in this situation in any capacity? Somebody needs to look into this. Somebody needs to answer for this. This is a major cover-up, and they are doing this because they're trying to protect Chelsea Kane, and she's a murderer. Chelsea Kane couldn't protect Josh Conant, so why is anybody trying to protect Chelsea Kane? Yeah, they are, Bree. They're all married. This is crazy. Give me 1 second. This is Debbie, it was Sergeant Scheffler from Marysville PD. That was the name of the Marysville police officer. His name is in the probable cause affidavit. It says he was a family friend. Said that they called him when this happened. He responded to the scene and tried to help them get the car out of the ditch. Bad move, Sergeant. Very, very bad move, Sergeant. But this is what all these cops will do. This is what these bad cops will do and these dirty cops will do. They will all try to cover for each other, and they will all try to hide stuff, and they will all involve themselves in the conspiracy to just do what they're doing. Bad, bad, bad move, Sergeant. You should have stayed out of it. This is crazy. I don't even know how to even. Give me 1 second. Well, there goes it. Oh man, we're gonna see. Wait till you see what happens now moving forward. This is a pivotal moment in the Josh Conant murder investigation. I promise you that. Give me 1 second, sorry. You know, you just had Tom Rumley, a 22-year veteran of the police force, show up drunk to work at 7:45 in the morning. You think that's the first time he did that? No way. He's been doing it for years. Platzer shows up drunk. They all show up drunk. So many of them. Jenny, this all came to light because I got a phone call this morning about all of this. And as soon as I woke up, I had a couple missed calls, and I had a conversation with some people, and I started doing some digging, and this is all coming out. I mean, this is literally, you know, this is all happening in real time, folks. I put it all out there. This is happening. I'm waiting for the police report and some other stuff, but I have some documents. It's all proven. This is proven, documented, 100% true. All of it. This is nuts. Oh, for sure, Ron. For sure. Chelsea Kane's done. She can't testify about nothing. I would be surprised they even put her on the stand. They are going to hammer her with this situation. They are going to absolutely hammer her. They're probably going to call in Sergeant Scheffler, too, and ask him some questions. I'm telling you right now, this just changed the trajectory of what's been happening. This is literally, this is huge. Huge. I hope Josh's family absolutely buries these motherfuckers and just get them. Fucking get them. Go get them. And I know it doesn't bring Josh back, and I know it doesn't soften any. I couldn't even imagine what that family is going through at all. But this is, get them. Get all of them. Every last one of them. I know it's not going to bring Josh back, and I know it's not going to do much, but it's something. At least these people are going to be held accountable. I can't wait to see what this family's attorneys do with this and what the AG does with this, because I guarantee you this is all going to the AG. Well, they already know. I didn't. MSP handled the investigation into Chelsea, and they handled this investigation. Thankfully, it was an MSP officer that responded to the abandoned car, and thankfully, MSP, that they caught this case and they caught this situation. Nothing Chelsea Kane says now is going to be, no one's going to believe it. A jury, got them. And they deserve it. They deserve every bad thing that's about to happen to them. Everything. You know, this is just, here's the other thing. I need all of you, please share this video. All of you. I would love to see 50 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. Just share this to your page. That's all you got to do. Just share the video to your page to push it out there. More people need to see this. Everybody needs to see this. Everybody. Everybody needs to know what is going on. The fact that the police officer that helped to murder Josh Conant was put on administrative leave, and less than 1 week later, she drove drunk, put her car in the ditch, abandoned her car, and had another off-duty police officer from Marysville PD and her family try to cover it all up. Share this. Everybody needs to see this. This has to get out there. I'm calling 247 as soon as I get done with this live. I'm calling CBS News, ABC News. I'm going to contact the Times Herald and the Free Press and the Detroit News. Give me 1 second. My inbox is going nuts right now. Tri-Hospital EMS and the people that run Tri-Hospital EMS and the CEO of Tri-Hospital EMS should explain why the dash cam footage was altered on the night of Josh Conant's murder. And they should explain that situation. Hang on, I got my whole thing is just filled with messages right now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there should be so many questions being asked, and there should be answers. Jahan, I might be pronouncing your name wrong, and I apologize. I don't know if it's Jahan or Jahan. Jahan sounds like it could be it. The whole thing with Casey going on right now, that it's still pending trial. There were some issues with the representation of the defendant and his attorneys and different things going on, but it's still happening. It's still moving forward. It's just taking time. It's coming. And I apologize again if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. I think it's Jahan. I would assume that's the best way to pronounce it. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I apologize. Okay, beautiful. Beezy. Leslie, Chelsea's been on duty. Yeah, she probably is not going to be now. If PHPD does what they say they do, that they hold them to a high standard, Chelsea Kane should be immediately taken off duty. 100% taken off duty. Yeah, there's Steph right there. That was, hang on, I just saw Casey's mom. There's Steph right there. Sorry, Steph. Hang on, I'm trying to find your comment. I just saw it. Dang it. Trial starts June 4th. So Casey's trial, or the shooter in Casey's trial, Casey's murderer, his trial per Steph, Casey's mom, that starts on June 4th. And Steph, I'm really sorry. I really wish I could be there for that trial. I really wish I could be in that courtroom and all that. But I mean, obviously I can't be there, but I really, you are, what you're doing and what you're going through. My heart goes out to you. I couldn't even imagine what you are going through and how difficult this trial is going to be for you and your family and for, you know, all of Casey's friends and all of that. So I really hope that they all show up and you have a good group to support you there at that trial, because it's going to be very difficult for you. And I understand that, and I really am heartbroken for that situation. And I have faith that they're just going to put that little fucker in jail for a long time at the conclusion of it. So, I just, you know, I don't know. There's not even any words, really. But I believe that they're going to find him guilty, and they're going to put him away where he deserves to be. And everyone involved in that dude's family and connected to that dude, his wacky mom and the woman he lives with, and all the little shitheads around him that think they're fucking something. You're all a bunch of fucking scumbags. The shooter in that case is a little fucking, I get he's a 15-year-old kid. I totally understand that. But at 15 years of age, I knew not to fucking shoot people, or not to carry guns around, and not to just act like a little fucking gangster. You know, I just, and to watch the way PHPD dropped the ball in that case with Casey, they should have protected Casey. They had everything. They knew there was a problem there. They knew there were things going on, and they could have stepped in at some point prior to him being shot, and they could have done something. And I'm really, really sorry that happened to your son. You know, no, Alexis, I can't be in Michigan right now. I have 2 warrants out for my arrest, one for disorderly or disturbing the peace, and one for contempt of court. They're literally trying to lock me up, and they're trying to lock me up because they don't want me to do exactly what I'm doing right in this moment. They don't want me out there talking about this stuff, being able to do what I'm doing, so I can't be there. Regina, Casey is the 19-year-old boy that was shot and killed in the middle of the day on the night of family night in Port Huron, or the night of the parade in Port Huron for Boat Week. If you Google his name, and it's Casey, KC, the letter K, the letter C. If you Google his name, it's Casey Curitan. You can look that case up. There's a lot of media stuff about it. Kristen, if you see Steph on there, you can see, sorry, I'm trying to read everybody's comments to get through this, but Kristen, Steph was on here if you want to reach out to her. She would probably, Kristen kind of has some things that, she has her own personal situation. I think it would be good if you two did talk. You guys might be able to really support and help each other out. So yeah, right there, it's Kristen Brown. Yeah, you guys should talk. And maybe you guys know each other. I'm just reading the comment that I'm seeing here. So, yeah, Alexa, yeah, Casey was shot during the parade. We were filming at the parade for Blue Water Healthy Living at the time that the call went out, and that situation transpired. Sherry, I will. We should be able to share it once I stop the video. I think you guys will be able to share this and stuff. So give me 1 second. I'm just trying to read through. My inbox is going nuts right now. Steve, what do you want me to do on Discord? I'll call you when I get done. We can talk. So we don't gotta, it doesn't have to get the conversation get lost. Yeah, everybody that's trying to share this, if you're having problems sharing it while this is live, while I'm doing this, just wait till I'm done. If you just came in late, you can go back to the beginning and watch this, but you'll be able to share it when we get done and whatever. So it just share this, talk about this, talk about Matthew, talk about Casey, talk about Josh, talk about everybody that needs to be talked about, because this is how we. Yeah, Steph, I understood what you meant there. I really wish I could be in that courtroom with you. I sincerely wish I could be there for you guys and just be with you guys, even if it's just to sit in the back of the courtroom. It's going to be very difficult. I know it will be. Terry, this warrant, it's just, they're going to hang out there until I deal with them. What happened is that the city attorney's office and Todd Schaude led me and my attorney to believe that the disturbing the peace was going to be dismissed as part of a settlement negotiation. They basically went back on that deal. They didn't do it, so I got to deal with that. And then I also have a warrant out with Tomlinson for posting pictures of Oakley. He's trying to put me in jail for 90 days. I'm hoping that the JTC removes him off my case and some other things happen, so that goes away. And that's why I'm just staying out of reach right now. I've done nothing wrong. I've committed absolutely no crimes. I do not deserve to be going to jail, and I'm not going to let them put me in jail and then try to undo it all after I serve my time, because I can't get that time back. So I am not running from anything. I am just not allowing them to do any more illegal, unlawful, or constitutionally violative stuff to me. I've had enough. They've been doing this to me for 9 years. I'm not letting them do it to me anymore. So for now, I'm just staying where I'm staying, and I'm just doing what I'm doing. At some point I will be back. And if I have to go turn myself in and I have to go do this time, then that's what's going to happen. But right now it's not. I'm not doing it. Yeah, for sure, Jason. You know, Pelton. You know, they're not. Right now, right now they got me. They're looking at 90 days, 93 days. I'd do like 76 or 78. I'm not doing it until I have to. Give me 1 second. Hello? Steph, you know, and anything I can do for you or your family, don't ever hesitate to ask. You know, I can't even imagine the nightmare that you guys are living and going through with this. I did see that it looked like Casey's birthday just passed on Sunday, I believe. I thought I saw one of your posts. I can only imagine how hard that was for you, for it to be Mother's Day and to be Casey's birthday and stuff. I think that's accurate. I think what I read was correct. I mean, this stuff gets me emotional, guys. I can't pretend that it doesn't. This stuff breaks my heart. I mean, obviously my child is still alive, but I haven't seen my daughter in 6 years, no contact. So I can, on some level, I can understand what these parents that have lost their child are going through, to these parents these children are no longer alive. I can't fathom to the degree that you guys are feeling and dealing with, but I can understand what it's like to not be able to just hug your child and talk to your child and have your child around. And that's why I try to do what I can for all of you. And I really genuinely, sincerely care about your situations and about what you're going through. And anything I can do to help you, I'm more than willing to do it. And so please don't ever hesitate to reach out. Even if you just want a trauma dump on me. You know, I know what it's like to just have somebody that will just listen. You know, and that will show up when you need someone to show up. So you know, from everything that, you know, I read about from the friends of Josh and from Casey and from Matthew's family. I mean, these guys were just very, very well-loved individuals that should still be here with all of us. You know, and they're not. And they're not here because of the negligence and because of the evilness of other people. They're not, it's not because of anything they did. You know? You know, so my, you know, Kristen, I know you have your situation and it's tragic, and in Gloria, you have your situation with Bill, and there's so many parents out there that have, you know, lost someone. I lost my own dad when I was 6 months old. You know, I never knew my dad. I've never seen how he talks, how he walks, his mannerisms, anything, you know, so I can, you know, obviously it wasn't a child, but it was just, you know, I know that feeling of loss and that sense of fucking loss, you know, that's why I do what I can to try to help you guys, or at least keep the situations in the public eye and keep the discussion and the dialogue going, and the pressure on the individuals that are responsible for holding these people accountable. So, you know, I can only do so much, but I'm willing to do whatever I can. Thanks, Lisa. I think that was in reference to me. I don't know if it was, but if it was, I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm gonna post a document that has to do with this situation with Chelsea Kane and what she did. I'm gonna I will, as soon as I get off this live, I will have it posted. I will hit it with the @everyone tag so everyone will be able to see it. But yeah, you guys need to read this. This is big, and this is going to be big, and I hope this helps Josh's family, and I hope this helps, you know, everyone, because we're finally, the curtain has been pulled back on PHPD and on the sheriff's department and the upper command staffs at both agencies, and on the city council, and on these public officials, you know. So the same thing that I said about PHPD and the good officers there stepping up, all you good deputies at the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department need to step up. It's time. It is fucking time. They can't fire all of you. They can't force you all into retirement like they did with Lieutenant Jones. If enough of you stand up, and it doesn't have to be 50 or 100, 5 of you, 4 of you, 10 of you, 20 of you, stand up. You went to fucking the academy and you became police officers because you wanted to fucking protect people. Start fucking protecting us. Start protecting the community. Stand up. Speak up. Stop fucking keeping your heads down. And I understand you want to protect your pensions and your livelihood and your families. I fucking get it. I understand it on your level, because I'm going through it with myself. But it's just going to keep getting worse. And all it takes is a very small group of you to start calling out the bullshit within the department, and then the rest of the department's going to stand up. And all the good people will find their voice, I promise you. I fucking promise you. Scott Jones did it. And Scott Jones took it on the chin. Lieutenant Jones did the right thing. He stood up and they came after, and he had to suffer. But I'll tell you what, if more of you will stand up, they can't get rid of everyone. They can't do it. And I have to fully believe that there are more good people than bad people in these departments and in these agencies. But the good people don't want to rock the boat, and they don't want to put the target on them. 100%, Paula. But, sometimes you have to do that. You put the target, you had no problem putting the target on your back when you became a police officer and had to go out in the community knowing that how some people feel about cops. You did that. You had the courage to become a cop. Have the courage now to be a good cop. And have the courage to be a cop that speaks up against bad cops. Agreed, Audrey. Be that person. I know you guys are there. I talk to too many of you. I know you're there. Speak up. It's not like it was anymore. They don't have the power anymore. The stuff isn't hidden anymore. It's all out there. Okay, we have knocked down the freaking wall. We have pulled back the curtain. Now it's time for all of you. The roach is scattered. Now it's time for the good people to come up. That's it. This is how we can change it. Scott Jones did the right thing. He fucking stood up. He put it out there. He did the right thing at the time of the incident. He then did the right thing following up on it. The rest of you need to follow his lead. Be the leaders that we're looking for, that we desperately need. And then I can go away. If all these other people will stick up and fill in this void, I'll go away. I will shut the fuck up. I will literally ride off into the sunset with my daughter, and I will just go be a dad. But I can't do it until I started this. I'm going to finish this. There's too much bad things are happening that aren't supposed to be happening. But we only know so much. We need the people to come out and speak out that are in it. Like that courthouse. In that courthouse in Port Huron, I know there are some very unhappy, disgruntled, just people in there that are not happy with the way things are going. It's time to speak up. You can't just keep your head down until you get your 20 years in, or your 25 years in, and you get your pension, and then you leave the problems for the next generation and the next round. That's how we got to where we are. That's why we're having the problems that we're having. That's why we have all this bad leadership and this rotten leadership across the entire county. Because all the good people just want to sit down. It's like Anita Ashford is running for the mayor of Port Huron. She's been on the city council for years. Now she wants to be the mayor, but she won't rock the boat. Call it out, Anita. I watched you last night talk about, Platcher's a good guy, and Kings, you're doing a great job. No, they're not. No, they're not. Not even a little bit. Their own people don't even believe they're doing a good job. This go along to get along has to end. Because go along to get along is leading us down this path that is destroying the city. And people are dying. And families are being torn apart. And all kinds of bad things are happening. Because everybody just goes along to get along. Keep your head down. Get your paycheck. Go home at the end of the day. Okay, but some people aren't able to go home anymore. Some people have to go to to a cemetery. And they have to cry and break down in front of a gravestone. Because the good people won't stand up and won't speak out and won't do the right thing. I get it. Nobody wants to be Kevin fucking Linke. No one wants to hang that target around their neck or on their back. But guess what? That's just what needs to happen. Yeah, it's not easy. It's fucking terrible. But guess what? It has to happen. We can't keep burying fucking kids and fucking young men. And we can't be having fucking cops driving drunk all over the fucking county and doing drugs. Like Jeremy Young at PHPD. Dude's a fucking cokehead. The dude thinks that the cadet program is his dating pool. Jeremy Young is a scumbag. I had to deal with the man. That he was there right when this nightmare started for me, and he set this in motion in some capacity with me because he was involved from the beginning. He's bad. Kerrigan's bad. Platcher's bad. I know a lot of your secrets. Matt King's bad. Matt Pohl's bad. Spatafor's bad. Duva's bad. These people are scumbags, and they are taking advantage of people's trust in them and the faith people have in them. And people just blindly say, oh, they've got to be good. They're cops. That's not how this works. Just because you wear the badge doesn't automatically make you a good person. And just because you're nice to this person over here doesn't mean you don't absolutely fuck over and do some illegal, unlawful, criminal stuff to this person over here. And unethical stuff. It's not mutually exclusive. I mean, shit, go out and ask some Germans. They'll tell you Hitler was a good guy. But go ask the Jewish community what they think about Hitler. You know, and maybe I need to alter the way I do things. Maybe I need to stop with the swearing and the yelling and the aggressive behavior. And that's fine. I can change that. I am willing to change that if it means I can get the good people to stand up. I have no problem doing that. If it's going to help the community as a whole for me to just dial it down a little bit, I will do that. But I am not going to do that if other people aren't going to stand up, because this is the only way we have been able to get any kind of reaction, response, or change is by me doing what I'm doing and the way that I'm doing it. You know, I can be the most well-spoken, calm, civil person in the world. I'm very capable of it. Watch all my interviews and all my stuff with the news that I've done, and at Blue Water Healthy Living when I work there, and all the things I'm doing. I have no problem being just, you know, that just dude with some calmness to him. I can do that. It's easy. It's who I really am. Like, I'm one of the most chill people ever. I am so laid back. Okay, but not when it comes to this stuff. Not when it comes to 19-year-olds being gunned down in the streets and 3-year-olds fucking smothered to death and 26-year-olds fucking just bombarded and piled on by fucking 4 men and police officers. And we got drunk cops. I'm not going to be nice about that stuff. And I'm not going to say, oh, hey, this is Kevin Linke just here to report on another tragic situation going on. And, you know, this is what's happening. No, I ain't doing it. I'm going to be what I am right now. Loud and brash and in your face. Because that's what needs to happen. These people need to feel the fear and the intimidation that they fucking use to control everybody else. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to intimidate me. I'm way past that. I don't have that fear anymore. Okay, I don't give a shit about your gun, your badge, your authority, none of that shit. If you are using all of those things to harm the community and to harm me and to jeopardize my fucking life and other people's lives, I don't give a shit about it. I am not going to respect it. I am not going to listen to it. I'm not going to adhere to it. You can get fucked. But you want to do things right, and you want to do things ethically and morally correct, and you want to follow the rules and the regulations and the policies and all the stuff that's in place, I'll fall right in line. I got no problem doing the same exact thing. And I will come to that table, and I will have that seat, and I will have that discussion, and I will engage in that conversation with you, and I will help try to change it. I will do whatever I can to make this fucking community a better place so we don't have to keep talking about all this bad shit. And everyone's like, oh, all you ever do is talk about the negative stuff, and you never talk about the positive stuff, because nobody's talking about the negative shit. No one. Where are all our public leaders on these situations? Where are they about Casey and Josh and Matthew and Bill and all these other people? Not one leader has stood up and spoken out. Not one public official. Not one. You've given a little lip service at a council meeting, and one of you showed up to the funeral. Now, it's like now, and I'm going to put this out there right now so everybody knows. Last night at the city council meeting, Sherry Archibald talked about how Mayor Rep was going to have some resolution about Josh's, and they're talking about like Josh's Law or something. They didn't get too far into it, but Mayor Rep wrote something. Here's the deal. Pauline Rep sent the fucking postcard to Josh's family saying his funeral was going to be a circus. Pauline Rep sent it. And I've given Pauline Rep umpteen chances to admit she sent that postcard. I have read that postcard. I saw her words. She absolutely said she did not go to Josh's funeral because it was going to be a circus. And now you want to put Josh's law in place or some resolution or whatever the hell you're doing? Admit that you sent the postcard first, and then we'll talk about whatever you're trying to do. Let's have that conversation. You go tell the community that you want to reelect you, that you sent the postcard to a young man's family that his funeral was going to be a circus when one of your police officers helped murder him. But now you want to put a resolution, and Josh is like, yeah, because it's a fucking election year. And you want to save your seat because you know if Anita Ashford gets in there and some other people get on that city council, the game's over. It's a fucking wrap. They are so desperate to hang on to what they have because they know you get one person in there that ain't going along with the game, it all falls apart. You get someone that's not going to cover, look the other way, lie, cheat, steal, manipulate, exaggerate, embellish, all that stuff. It's fucking over with. And we have that chance this year. We have that chance. It's right there. We can put these people. You can elect Holden Gothier. You can elect Brian Farquhar. Fuck, you can put Julian's goofy ass on that city council, which I think would be fucking hilarious. I would campaign for Julian and try to get him on that city council just for the fact of watching him and Freed every fucking 2 weeks just have to sit up there and deal with each other. I can't stand Julian Ruck. Julian Ruck is a con man. He's a scumbag. He's a liar. He's lazy. He's a bum. But I would love to see him on that city council for no other reason than how much it would bother the people on that council right now. Okay, but the city would suffer. That's the thing. The city would suffer. But I'm telling you right now, it would be just to watch the chaos that would create. But I'll tell you what, Holden Gothier is a good dude. He's informed, he's educated, he's smart, he shows up every freaking 2 weeks with his stuff ready to go, and he's put him on that council. Brian Farquhar is a good dude. He is intelligent, he is smart, he is well-spoken, he is civil, he is someone we can trust to be on that city council. Elect him. Put Brian Farquhar and put Holden Gothier on that city council, and that will be the first step to changing this city. Put Anita Ashford in the mayor's seat. And if Anita doesn't do nothing, and I'm telling you right now, I am not that supportive of Anita Ashford anymore. I believe she has gone along for too long and she hasn't done anything for the city. She doesn't speak up. She doesn't stand up. She doesn't go against the grain. But I'll tell you what, if she can beat Rep, put her in there. We'll deal with her in 2 years if she doesn't do what we need her to do. But we got to get rid of Rep. And we got to get rid of the rest of them. Because we get rid of them, we can get rid of Freed. And if we can get rid of Freed, we can get rid of Platzer. And we can get rid of Gary Fletcher. And we can take our city back. And this can be a place that people want to live and are proud to live and will champion this community. And everybody will prosper and everybody will eat. And we can start fixing the real problems in our community instead of glossing over everything and pretending there's nothing bad happening. Because that's all they do. They sit in their little bubble and they sit way above everyone and they just look down at all of us. And none of this shit affects them. And when something does happen to them that could jeopardize their position, they cover it up and they hide for each other. And they all do a bunch of stuff to make sure that their positions are never jeopardized or at risk. You got Bob Moserak. Bob, don't be fooled, Moserak. Bob, I'll slap the shit out of you. You honestly think you can go toe-to-toe with me and you make that threat? It's funny that Moserak is living in the Wrigley Center, and the Wrigley Center, that place shouldn't even be open. And we have a sitting city council member living in the Wrigley Center when the place it's not even up to code. But I'll tell you what, Bob, let me catch you one day, and then we'll put you to the test. We'll see who's fooling who. We'll see what that suit and tie, when you're out of that suit and tie, what it does for you. Because I'll tell you what, dude, I've grown up. I'm 44 years of age. I've been fighting my whole fucking life. We'll see. We'll see who's fooling who. Don't ever threaten me again. You and all of you. It's like Freed. You're using PHPD. It's not going to do anything. You can't touch me. It's the worst you do. Stick me with a fucking 90-day misdemeanor and I got to go do some time. Big deal. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to stop anything. But But I'm telling you right now, every Port Huron voter, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, get registered to vote, get out and vote. I'm going to do interviews and features and all kinds of stuff about every candidate that I can and that will agree to interview with me. And I've already got a list that are willing to do that. But it's time to put new people in place. We can replace it all. Right now, the entire Board of Commissioners is up for re-election. The sheriff's up for re-election. The 4 city council members and the mayor of Port Huron are up for re-election. We can change everything. All of it. I mean, literally, we can finally take Port Huron and put it on the right path. And we can put St. Clair County on the right path. The opportunity is there. And we either take advantage of it or we squander it. And if we squander it, we know what we're going to get. Because we've seen it. We're watching it. We've watched decades and generation after generation of the bullshit. So let's change the story. Let's start writing some new chapters. And let's just throw out the whole fucking book. Let's just start a new book. And let's start a new story. It's right there, folks. It's right there. You know, I would much rather be on here doing these lives just happy. Just coming out happy, like, hey, guess what? Today we went and helped a needy family, or today we went and supported a small business, or, you know, we went out and made the community look better. I want to do those stories. I want to be that guy. That's who because that's who I am. Okay, this other version you get of me, this is just a product of my environment and a product of the circumstances that I'm in wrapped up in. Okay, this anger, this justified anger is a direct result of the bullshit I've had to deal with for 9 years. Okay, but I'll tell you what, you ask the people that know me, that spend time with me, that grew up with me and have been around me, they will tell you I'm a chill fucking dude. I'm a lot of fun. I'm a very nice guy. I'm very positive. I love to do good. And I'm very capable of doing good. And I like to do it just because it makes me feel fucking good to do fucking good. I love watching people smile. And I love watching people that are struggling or having a hard time with something. I love fucking helping them and just making it easier for them and lessening their burden. Okay, that's what makes me feel good. That's who I am. That's who my family is. I will literally sacrifice my own comfort and my own well-being to fucking make somebody else's day better. And to make it that they don't have to struggle with something. And they don't have to carry around some heartache about something. And they don't have to worry about something. You know, it's funny, the things, no one ever throws in my face, you know, the people that don't like me and my detractors, they never throw it in my face what I did with the Texas hurricane, or when I gave the car to the pizza delivery driver that got his stuff taken or got his car stolen. You know, they don't throw it in my face when I'm showing up to court hearings to support people, or I sit on the phone with people for hours, or I just meet with them and I just listen to them. And I offer them advice, and I kind of tell them what I've personally gone through and how my personal situation can help their personal situation. They never throw that in my face. They're always just like, oh, look, you walked into a guy and he fell down, and you know, you were just this and you're that and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Throw the good shit in my face. And I'm not doing this to pat myself on the back. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I just do what I do. You know, the good, bad, the ugly, the in-between, it's just what I do. You know, I'd much rather out there just be being a dad. That's what that's what I want to do. I would much rather just be out there parenting my daughter and going to her soccer games and her volleyball games and her school plays and riding a bike with her and doing all that stuff. And I don't get to do that. I live 5 minutes away from my daughter and I haven't seen her in 6 years. You know, so, you know, I would rather be the version of me that I want to be instead of the version that I have to be because of what's going on. Okay, I didn't pick this fight. I didn't choose this fight. I got thrust into this fucking fight, and I got this whole shit dumped on me. And I decided to do something about it because it wasn't fucking right what was happening to me. And then the more I looked into it, the more I realized it wasn't right what was happening to everybody else. And I have never turned down anybody. Even the people I don't fucking like. I have had so many people. There is a whole list of people that they were supportive and then they didn't like me and now they're back to being supportive. And I've never held that against them. I have never like, if you could be my biggest fucking detractor, my biggest hater, all that. If you go through something and I can help you and you come to me and ask for my help, I fucking help you. And I don't even make it weird. I'm not like, hey, remember when you fucking trashed me? Now you're asking my help? Get the fuck. No, I just help you. It's all water under the bridge for me. And I just let it ride off my back. I mean, there's some people that they can get fucked. But for the most part, if you need help, I'm going to help. My family's going to help. That's just what we do. But we didn't ask for this. We don't even necessarily want this. But it's just, we made the decision to jump in. And we're not getting out until it's done. You know, the sacrifices my family has had to make for me to do what I'm doing, it's a lot to ask. But they never hesitate. They get right in. My mom spends hours on the phone with a lot of you anytime when you're just need someone to listen, to talk to, need some advice, need to do something. My mom picks up that phone every time. And my mom will stay on that phone for as long as she needs to stay on that phone until you're feeling better or until you come up with a solution. Okay, my dad goes out. My dad stays in the background. Steve stays in the background. But him and my mom are the backbones of all of this. They are the foundation of what I do. My sister, all of them. Even when we're going through our own shit, we don't hesitate. We don't pause to help anybody else. And it's just who we are. It's just what we do. And there's a lot of you out there just like us that we've been able to create this group and this team to try to help people. And we will continue to do it until it's done. I didn't pick a fight. I've never walked away from a fight, ever. I don't start them. I don't pick them, but I don't walk away from them. You get me in that fucking ring, or you get me in that fucking Coliseum, and you put me on that field, we're going to the whistle blows, bro. And until that clock fucking winds down to 0. And it's caused a lot of fucking problems. I have caused a lot of just heartache and stuff for my family and for my parents and for my sister and for my friends and for other people because of the shit some of the stuff that I do and some of the positions I put myself in because of my actions, because of my behavior, and because of some of the missteps I've made. Because I make missteps. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. I'm not some Dudley Do-Right, and I'm not trying to pretend to be. And I don't even want people to think that about me. I am a very complex person with a lot of layers. But I'll tell you what, when you get down to the fucking base of it and you peel it all away, I'm a good fucking person. And I genuinely fucking care about people. And I care about this community. And I care about the fucking situations going on in it. And I don't like what I see. Not even a little bit. It's fucking rotten. It's toxic. It's a cesspool. And it's time for it to stop. I want to be proud of where I come from. I want to be proud of where I live. I want to be proud of the people that are protecting us. And I want to be proud of the leaders that we have. That's what I want. And I want to be a fucking parent. And I want to be a father. And this group of people have gotten in my way to prevent that. And they've all conspired together to prevent that. And I'm picking them off one by one. And the farther I have gotten, the farther many of you have gotten. And I'm watching all this people. Like I'm watching Amy right now, Matthew Mason's grandmother, and her husband David. I'm watching. They have found their voice. They have found their village. You know, I'm watching Casey's mom and Casey's family. still out there while they are fucking living a nightmare. Josh's family, they are living a fucking nightmare. But they are showing up every 2 weeks. They are showing up every fucking day. They are staying loud. They are doing what they have to do. They still have to live their normal lives. See, that's the one thing I have is I don't have to worry about maintaining a house and a career and a family and doing all that. I can stay solely focused on what I'm doing. All these other people, they have to live their lives, their daily lives, and they're still fighting. And that to me is the most amazing thing ever to watch, is to watch people that are struggling, that are walking through hell themselves, are still being positive and are still getting through their daily lives and haven't jumped off a bridge and aren't deep in a bottle or at the bottom of a bag. And like I have been saying, there are way more good people in this community and in this county than bad people. But for whatever reason, the bad people seem to be at the top, and they seem to be the ones, you know, doing what they do. But it doesn't have to remain that way. We can change this. I promise you we can change this. We are changing it. We are watching it happen right now. But, you know, go back and watch this. This all started, for everyone that was late to the party. Go check out Port Huron police officer Chelsea Kane, 1 week after helping to murder Josh Conant, drank and drove, put her car in a ditch, abandoned the vehicle, took off. Her mom lied for her. MSP proved her mom lied for her. A sergeant from the Marysville police office, from the police department, decided to involve himself in the situation and tried to help Chelsea Kane and her family cover up Chelsea's drunk driving. It's all out there now, folks. It's all out there. So check it out. I'm going to stay loud about it. I just wanted to come tell this. You guys go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go get some real food today because my dinner of like 43 pizza rolls last night, I don't think was the most nutritional dinner I could have had. And I need to go eat some real food. And I got some things I got to do. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and just stay watching and keep sharing stuff and keep talking about stuff. And we're going to do this. I promise you. I'm not going away until we see this through to the end. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you all.